Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Damage and destruction from an early morning fire. More than half a dozen families now looking for another place to stay. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. I'll have that story coming up.
And here's a live look at Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming, where the KSAT men are getting all their whiskers shaved off after a very successful No Shave November.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday are behind us. Today is Giving Tuesday. Coming up, how you can help a local organization rescuing animals and providing care for them.
Good morning. The ladies are in the house while the men are at the spa getting pampered, and we'll get to them and your forecast, Sarah Spivey, in just a bit.
But first, we're going to start with late breaking news. It's only 9 a.m. It's already been a morning for some people who live in a northwest side apartment complex. They woke up to a neighbor pounding on their door with huge flames burning through the roof of their building.
It happened at Sugar Hill Apartments, not far from Callahan Road and Interstate 10. That is where we find our Katrina Weber, who is there live now. Katrina, how bad is the damage and was anyone hurt?
Well, Sarah, there are 18 units in this building that was affected. About half of them have either fire and or smoke and water damage. We understand, though, that the far end of the building is okay, and firefighters tell us that those people should be able to go back home. Now, as for injuries, there was one man who suffered some minor burns and blisters on his feet. Everyone else got out of this building safely. That may be due to the actions of one man who noticed this fire after 5:30 this morning, went around banging on his neighbors' doors to wake them up. Investigators say this fire started on the balcony of a third-floor apartment here at the Sugar Hill Apartments and then spread. They believe that was due to a cigarette that was left smoldering. The fire then got into the attic and burned through the roof on that particular side of the building, but they did say that there was some extension to a couple of the other apartments in that middle section. Now, the man whose feet were blistered told us that he suffered those burns when he initially tried to put out the fire. He was bandaged up here by paramedics and did not have to go to a hospital. But again, everyone else did get out safely. And the fire chief told us that the good thing, if there is a good thing in all of this, is that this apartment complex required people to have renter's insurance. So everyone in this building did have insurance and should be able to replace at least most of what they lost. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. 53 degrees at 9 a.m. And Sarah Spivey, you were singing it earlier. The ladies are in the house.
Yeah, it's rare.
This morning.
It is rare for us to have all ladies show. And of course the guys, they're not here because they're getting their whiskers shaved. Sarah, you were mentioning the song I was singing earlier.
Go for it.
I can do it because it's parody.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night.
I like that
What a
dance
night.
move. It's kind of like a slumber party while the boys are getting there at the spa.
Well, they're getting pampered.
They're getting pampered.
They are. And they deserve it because they've raised a lot of money for cancer research and men's health. So way to go, guys. Now, let's take a quick check of the aquifer. The aquifer is down 0.2 of a foot over the past 24 hours, but still doing well. Some good news as we round out November, our pollen count looks just fine. Molds are low at 210, 210. The molds are low. All right, outside right now it is 55 degrees, and particularly at the airport we're dealing with mostly cloudy skies, but that's not the case everywhere. We've got plenty of sunshine elsewhere out there, and after a chilly morning, temperatures are on the rise. It's 46 in Bulverde, 51 in New Braunfels, 58 at Stinson, 54 in Pleasanton, 41 in Comfort, and 44 in Kerrville. So what's up with the weather? What are we going to talk about? It's going to be beautiful today. We're going to talk about how it'll be nice and comfortable in the afternoon, although humidity is going to increase today, and you'll definitely notice it by tomorrow morning. And there will be a small rain chance by the week's end. So a lot to chat about in the forecast in a few minutes. Back to you, Sarah and Steph.
We look forward to it. Thank you, Sarah. A quick look out at the roads with Sharon's Guide. There's Loop 410 at Callahan Road. Things are looking good right there. We're going to take a look at today's 9 at 9. President Joe Biden urging Americans to stay vigilant of the new COVID-19 variant Omicron, but not to panic. He's pushing for all adults and eligible children to get vaccines and boosters. The president is not considering any widespread U.S. lockdown restrictions at this time. So far, about 200 cases have been confirmed across the globe and are steadily increasing. Still no confirmed cases here in the U.S.
New warnings about the potential effect of the economy by Omicron. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell now says the coronavirus variant could threaten hiring and economic activity and raises uncertainty about inflation.
Pfizer is expected to seek FDA authorization for its vaccine booster shot for people ages 16 and 17. Currently, only adults 18 and older are eligible for booster shots 6 months after being fully vaccinated.
Prosecutors in Pennsylvania are asking the U.S. Supreme Court to review Bill Cosby's overturned sexual assault conviction. He was convicted in 2018 but released a couple of months later after the state Supreme Court overturned his conviction. State prosecutors announced yesterday they're appealing the court ruling.
Tiger Woods says his full-time golfing days are over. That somber acknowledgement in an exclusive interview with Golf Digest coming after Woods suffered severe leg injuries in a car crash earlier this year. He said that though he won't play full-time, he sees himself playing in a few events a year, perhaps returning to the tour eventually.
More Americans want to be their own boss. The Labor Department says the number of unincorporated self-employed workers has risen by 500,000 since the start of the pandemic.
Online sales cooling off a little bit at the traditional start of the holiday shopping season, Black Friday through Cyber Monday. But experts say that's largely because retailers have been pushing deals for weeks.
The FTC wants to know more about supply chain issues still plaguing the economy. It's asking for information about how companies like Procter & Gamble, Amazon, and Walmart are handling them. Officials at the FTC are looking into whether snarled supply chains have led to anti-competitive behavior and higher prices.
Channing Tatum tweeted that he'll be suiting up, or rather suiting down, for another installment of the Magic Mike series. It's called Magic Mike Last Dance, and it will air exclusively on HBO Max. No word yet on a release date, and that's today's 9 at 9. And top stories we're following this morning. San Antonio police looking for a suspect in an overnight shooting on the east side of town.
It happened just after 11 near AT&T Center Parkway and Belgium Lane. That's where San Antonio police say they found a man in his 30s with a gunshot wound to the shoulder. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. The suspect drove away from the scene.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office has confirmed a detention cadet died during a training exercise.
They say the 59-year-old cadet had a medical episode and was pronounced dead late yesterday afternoon. The Sheriff's Office says the cadet had trouble breathing and was allowed to rest, but his condition began to worsen. He was taken to the hospital but did not survive. Also new this morning, a man is fighting for his life after being hit by a vehicle.
This happened around 6 last night on West Commerce Street, not far from Southwest 36th Street. That's where police say a man in his 60s stepped into the road and was hit by an oncoming vehicle. That man was taken to the hospital, and at last check, he was in critical condition. The driver who hit him did stop to help and is not expected to face charges.
All right, we've been waiting for this moment all month long, and after a month of letting their beards grow, it's time to let it all go.
That's right. No Shave November wraps up today, and the men at KSAT are getting some much-needed grooming out there.
I know some of them are pretty excited about this. Stephen Cavazos, he's been leading the team, joins us live this morning where the trim down is happening. Lots of giggling happening behind you, Stephen.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, guys. We are here at Henley's gentlemen's grooming, that is, off Northwest Military. And let me tell you this, I have never felt more insecure. All these guys have been looking great for No Shave November. We're in great company. Team KSAT is here to get those beards trimmed off. And with us, Steve Spreecher. I haven't seen you in a minute, but
I know. How's it going, Steve?
It's going great. I love the way the beard's looking. Tell us a little bit about this year, why you got involved. I know this is close to your heart.
It is, and actually the shirt I'm wearing right now was a shirt that my family put together for my uncle, who had and eventually died from colon cancer. And the thing that, obviously he had a great battle, but if he would have got a colonoscopy at 50 when you're supposed to, they probably would have caught the cancer earlier. And so I think if we can grow beards to bring attention to the fact, get a colonoscopy, get checked out, take care of yourself. I mean, a lot of times, men are macho or too stubborn to go and get a regular checkup. So if we do nothing else but raise awareness about the fact that, hey guys, we got to take care of ourselves, I think that's a task well accomplished. And to be here with all my beard bros and the great people from Henley's, I mean, it just makes it that much better. So.
Hey, we appreciate it, Steve. And, we got a lot of our guys here as well. Mike Osterhage, we were talking a little bit earlier. You put the call out to Team Gray Hair.
Team Silver Gray Hair, yes, indeed. So I was doing okay for a while until somebody decided to, donate to Justin's team. But the great thing is, I mean, what are we still like? Justin's giving me the evil eye. I think we're still second in the country as far as a team is concerned, and that's all thanks to all of you out there that have donated. I mean, we've gotten a couple of bucks, $500,000 donation. Right. So yeah, thank you very much. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, over $18,000 right now, guys. For those that didn't check it, $18,000 as of right now. The number keeps going up, so some good news there. Mark Austin, we've talked about this. You're actually doing this for one of our country's heroes. We've talked about this really great cause.
David Larson, yes, fought numerous battles for our country overseas, only to lose his life to colon cancer. In his memory and in memory of his family who stood behind him. But it's great to be here today. Usually I'm sitting there watching the newscast. I think this would have been the third year I would have missed being with Team KSAT for the big shave off. So here we are, and I'm excited.
I love that. We're glad that you guys can be out here. And we have David Sears over here. We got all the guys that we're going to get to here in a little bit. David, it's looking really good, man. Almost as good as my mustache over here. How's mine looking? That's the question I want to ask you. Yeah. No comment. Okay, we got no comment from David Sears. Tell us a little bit about why you've done this. I know you've done this in the past as well.
My father-in-law died a few years ago of a rare form of cancer, so I'm just more for him, number one, and number two, for awareness. I know you guys will find this very shocking, but I am old enough to have been through the colonoscopy thing twice now, and you need to go get it done. And just to echo what Steve Spreeser was talking about, it's very important that you get tested, that you go through that, because it just may save your life. And yeah, it's gross, and you drink some bottle of, they changed it. You used to have to drink this like gallon of stuff. But the last time I did it, yeah, we go through this because it's really gross. But the last time I did it, it was like you mixed it with water, so it wasn't quite as bad. But it was still gross. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. But you got to go get it done. You got to put up with the grossness and get it done, because it could save your life. And if you're a wife or a mother and you've got a man in the house somewhere that's just hanging out, and, tell them, go get it done. If you got to hold their hand, then hold their hand. They'll be okay. They can put that macho thing beside it. And oh, by the way, Crystal, she's really good, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to. That's a lot of pressure to put on, but you know what? The staff here at Henley's, is ready for the trim down. And just a quick mention here again: Team KSAT ranks number 2 in the country. Over $18,000 have been raised throughout the month of No Shave November. Big shout out to our community. We're gonna have more coming up here on GMSA at 9. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Y'all look so good out there. I'm excited to see what the final results are.
Right. Awesome job. Yeah, he's watching himself on TV.
Oh, he knows he looks good. Okay.
So, hey, quick shout out to the guys. David Sears was the last one talking. He is at number 5. Steven's at number 4. Mark 3.
Mike number 2, and there's Justin Horn, $3,000.
There you go.
Over $18,000, number 2 in the country. Way to go, Team KSAT.
And thank you for all your donations and for making that happen. And still ahead on GMSA at 9, an unruly passenger at LAX, and it's all caught on camera. What authorities there say happened.
But first, we're taking you live to the Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Center, where Tiffany Huertas has details on how you can help the organization for Giving Tuesday.
And welcome back. It's 9:15. So you've heard about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but don't forget about Giving Tuesday. Since 2012, Giving Tuesday has become a day when people give to their favorite charities.
And here at home, the Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Center is participating and is raising funds that will go to rescuing an animal in need or providing care for them.
And Tiffany Huertas joins us live from that facility in San Antonio. Tiffany, how will these donations help?
Good morning, Stephanie and Sarah. This money will help with medical, physical, and psychological care. They're trying to raise $40,000 today. And to talk a little bit more about this, joins us Katie Fine with the nonprofit. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to us a little bit more about this money and how it will be used.
Sure. So today we're raising funds for 10 of the over 600 animals that live full-time at our sanctuary. So we have wild animals as well as farmed animals that have come to us for a variety of reasons, some from roadside zoos, some from the auction block at slaughter. And the wild animals are unable to be released back to their native lands. So we have committed to taking them in and caring for them for the rest of their lives.
How long have you all been helping the animals in our community here?
So we were actually founded in 1977. So we're coming up on our 45th year of being in San Antonio. We actually help about 11,000 animals a year. And most of them get released. Some of them stay in our sanctuary, which is what we're raising money for today. And we're actually one of the oldest organizations of our kind in the country. So we are a nonprofit. We rescue, rehabilitate, and release wild animals. And then we also care for non-native wild animals and farmed animals at our sanctuary.
Where is the sanctuary?
So our sanctuary is a 212-acre property up in Candelia, Texas, which is about an hour north of San Antonio.
But you also help animals here in San Antonio. Talk to us about these animals right in front of us.
Sure. So today we're at our rehabilitation clinic here in San Antonio, and we have some baby red-eared sliders with us. And they actually came to us by a Good Samaritan. They were destined for pet shops or people's living rooms, and we took them in, and they will go to our sanctuary where they will live out their days in a more natural setting.
And they're eating this morning. They're having their breakfast.
Yes, they're eating their greens and their fish.
It's so cute. What does this mean, Giving Tuesday for this nonprofit?
Giving Tuesday is really important to us. It gives us a chance to engage with our community, but then also to bring light to a lot of the trauma that happens to wild animals in their lives, especially as cities get more developed and they get pushed out of their natural lands. And so it's really important for us to be able to take them in when they're displaced and either give them a home here at our sanctuary for the rest of their lives or be able to release them back to some more safe environments.
And how can people help?
The easiest way to help today is to go to our website. It's wildlife-rescue.org/2021 Giving Tuesday.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
This is so cute. We're just going to leave it back to these turtles because they are just so adorable. How can you not give back to this organization? Back to you guys in the studio.
I like turtles.
They're cute.
They're so cute. Thank you,
Tiffany.
All right, Sarah Spivey. I actually have one of those turtles, a red ear slider, and I know they like sun. They like to
Bigger.
sun. It's much bigger. Harley is.
There's going to be plenty of sun today, and today is going to be a beautiful day with low humidity. One of our last days with significantly low humidity for a while. So let's take a look outside right now. You can see those clouds near the airport, those mid-level clouds, 55 degrees. We started off at 44, so we're already up 11 degrees from the start of the day. Notice on the satellite that there are some clouds for areas just to the north and to the east of San Antonio, but they are pushing northeast. So Canyon Lake, Seguin, Gonzales, Sisterdale, Kerrville, all dealing with some cloud cover this morning, but a wider picture here. You can notice just how sunny it's going to be for the remainder of the day, at least for until the sun sets. Then we'll see some clouds work their way back in. 55 degrees, as I just mentioned, in San Antonio, 59 in Del Rio, still in the 40s up in Kerrville, 54 in Gonzales, and 56 in Cotulla. On the satellite and radar, again, those clouds are pushing to the north and to the east. We've got a high pressure system right over Louisiana and the Mississippi River to our east. This is going to pull in Gulf moisture throughout the day today, and you won't really notice the increase in humidity. It'll be subtle, but tonight you will notice that temperatures will not drop off as quickly as they have the last couple of nights, and that's because of the increase in the humidity. We're also going to see clouds increase later tonight, and by the start of the morning tomorrow, you'll see the humidity in the form of some areas of fog. So today's forecast calls for quickly rising temperatures. We'll already be at 67 at noon, and then 71 at 2. Afternoon high temperature of 73. It'll be nice and comfortable with plenty of sunshine, but but as soon as the sun sets, you'll notice the increase in the humidity. And again, temperatures will not drop off as quickly. We'll still be in the mid to upper 50s by 10 p.m. South winds today at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Again, then humidity is going to really increase. You'll especially notice it in the form of that fog early tomorrow. By Friday through the weekend, our dew points will be in the low 60s. That is very noticeable and rather high for this time of the year. What does that mean for us? Well, primarily mornings will not be as chilly. You know, this morning we saw a morning low of 44. Yesterday we were at 40 with some areas in the hill country hitting freezing. The morning lows over the next few days are going to rise. In fact, by Friday morning, we'll be looking at a morning low of 60 degrees. That's 15 degrees above the average of 45. So looking at your 7-day forecast, just know that it'll still be comfortable even though the humidity will be increasing. It's just that in the mornings we'll have to deal with some fog and some clouds. We'll see mostly cloudy skies, and as far as rain chances go, it's a bit of a messy forecast toward the end of the week, but we don't really expect any major washouts, really only a chance for isolated showers and storms through the weekend and into early next week. No significant cold fronts in the forecast either, Stephanie and Sarah.
I see. It will be interesting for the rock and roll marathon.
Yeah, warmer.
Are you running this year?
The half.
Oh, the half.
And that's Saturday.
You go, girl.
Sunday.
Sunday? I think probably just some fog and maybe some spots of rain, but we'll be able to refine that forecast.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
We'll be prepared.
You'll dominate like you always do, Steph.
No, thank you. Well,
she does. All right, still ahead on GMSA at 9. An embarrassing morning for one Boston man. How his van ended up on the steps of City Hall. That's next in Morning Headlines.
And another look there. You see Mark. He's the first one.
Oh my gosh, does he have mustache only right now?
Yes, we see you, Mark. He's looking at us on the TV.
Mark, keep the mustache only.
Everybody is getting their beard shaved off. You see Justin behind him. And we're going to check in with him and with Stephen Cavazos later on in the newscast. In your morning headlines, what kind of impact will Omicron have on the economy? And more unruly passengers, but this time it wasn't on a plane.
Plus, Oklahoma hurting this morning after losing their head coach, and a driver takes a major wrong turn. Those stories in just a second. But first, there's still a lot we don't know about the coronavirus variant Omicron. How transmissible is it? What about the severity? How will our vaccines hold up against it? And how could it affect the health of our economy? That's what the head of the Federal Reserve is scheduled to talk about today.
The head of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, will testify on Capitol Hill this morning, laying out 3 major threats Omicron could pose to the U.S. economy, including the possibility prices could keep going up, job growth could take a hit, and the supply chain crisis could get worse.
Health experts say it could be a couple of weeks before we know more about this variant, and no clear-cut answers on Omicron means no clear-cut answers on how it could impact our economy.
And taking you to Los Angeles now, a woman caught on camera going on a tarmac tirade at LAX. A journalist was waiting to board her flight when she noticed something happening outside. She took out her phone and started recording. She says a person ran out of an emergency exit, setting off alarms in the terminal.
An LAX spokesman says the woman was trying to catch a plane that had already left its gate. A firefighter can be seen in the video trying to stop the woman from chasing after the plane, but the woman fights back. Police finally showed up and arrested her. Her bags were searched and she was taken to the hospital for mental evaluation.
And staying in Southern California, the USC football team entering a new era. Former Oklahoma head coach Lincoln Riley officially introduced as the Trojans' new leader. Now, Riley, who took the Sooners to the playoffs 3 times during that same time span, says he's ready to bring glory back to the school.
To both our current players, who had the honor of meeting with about an hour ago, and to our future players. We came here because we believe in what this place can be, and that is because that will be done with the players on the field. And to win championships, to get this program to where we all know and believe that it should be, it's going to take every single one of us.
Riley's hiring could also bring a 5-star quarterback to the Trojans. Malachi Nelson from California had committed to play for Oklahoma, but now he could stay in his home state and play for Riley.
And it was a bizarre day at Boston City Hall yesterday morning, but not because of politics. A driver got his vehicle stuck on the plaza steps. That driver says he took a wrong turn and things just got worse from there.
I see this wrong place, you know what, and I would like to make U-turn, and my front wheels go on the, no, I saw the steps, but I push gas a little bit more, and this is, you know what happened.
Oh, poor guy. The man works for a driving service transporting passengers. He was driving a woman when he got turned around and the front wheels ended up dangling on the staircase. A tow truck had to be called in to pull the van back from the edge and haul it away. The driver says it's a mistake he won't make again, and no one was hurt.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't hurt. That's kind of scary.
No, I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm surprised he was on camera.
You know what? Own it.
Yeah.
Just, be transparent.
Like, sorry, I'm not going to do it again.
Sorry.
Yeah. And there's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
A preview of today's SA Live episode. They're getting you ready for the holidays with their Holly Jolly Week.
Looks good. And another live look.
Who is that?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember.
I don't remember who was there.
Okay, so you can see David Sears. Oh, goodness, who was sitting there?
Gosh, who was?
Oh, that's
It's Mike.
Oh,
Of course,
he's
it's
really
Mike.
getting pampered over there.
Hey, David looks great. We're going to come back and check in with those guys getting shaved and an update on their process. All right, whisker by whisker, the men in our newsroom raised thousands of dollars with the month of No Shave November.
And now that scruff is ready to come off. Stephen Cavazos joins us live at Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming, where the transformation is underway. Hi.
Look, they're still in right there. Hey, good morning, guys. We are here at Henley's Grooming, Gentlemen's Grooming, that is. And I'll tell you this, I have never heard these guys this quiet. It's actually quite nice. But one person that is not ready to be quiet just yet is David Sears talking Spurs. David, here you go.
Hey, are you just going to let me go? How about those Spurs last night, taking on the Washington Wizards? They pull off a win. This is the second time the Spurs have won in a row. That means it's like the first time that they've won 2 in a row, but it's the second time they've won. Got that? Did you figure that out? RJ, look, RJ's supposed to be helping me out. Look at, take a shot at RJ. Now this is the guy that's, this is supposed to taking one for the team either. Hey, by the way, so Derek White came through, probably his best game of the season. He had 24 last night. DeJounte Murray had 22. Derek had 18 in the third quarter alone. So the Spurs are able to put together back-to-back wins at home. Their 4-game road homestand is now over. So that means they're headed out on the road. And wait till you see the schedule on the road. Where did my schedule go? Crystal, what was the schedule we were talking about earlier, right? Hang on. Don't be nervous, Crystal. Hang on. We're running out of time here. So what do you got, Crystal? Well, hold on. December. What do you got? You got, where'd it go? We got, here we go. Crystal is helping me out here.
I'm trying.
Who's that? Trailblazers?
Yeah, Spurs and Trailblazers.
And then?
And then the Spurs and the Warriors.
And
then the Spurs and the Suns.
All right. See? This is what you call multitasking. She's shaving my beard, taking care of my neck, and she's giving you the schedule for the rest of the week. So there you go. Thanks, Crystal. Good job.
Thanks.
Looking good, David, and you're also looking pretty good yourself here, so good job, Crystal. So we're ready to put the towel on him. Guys, we are still seeing a lot of the progress here. The transformation is well underway here at Henley's. With us now is Esmeralda Aguilar. Tell us what's going on with Mike Osterhage. I've also never seen him this quiet either.
Well, right now what we're doing is we're doing a quick pre-shave before we go ahead and shave his face, and we're doing a little bit of a paraffin wax treatment. We've been here for about 4 years, so we're definitely geared more towards the pampering side of the whole barber industry, and we've had the pleasure of working with you guys in the past before in regards to this movement, so we're really happy to have you guys here.
Well, we're happy to be here. So of course we're going to have more throughout GMSA at 9, so be sure to stay with us while that transformation is underway. Guys?
Stephen, I cannot handle the pampering going on over there.
There's a lot
of arm massaging, hand massage.
The towels are
It's
the best visual there.
Very jealous. Spa day for the men over there.
Thank you, guys. Well, they deserve it.
They do.
Raised over $18,000.
$18,000.
Yeah, $18,000 right now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, amazing, guys. And yeah, they deserve to be pampered.
Man, Mike was just...
I'll just never get over that image of Mike in that seat. Looking like a ghost.
He was out.
All righty. Well, let's take a quick check of the aquifer here. The aquifer is actually down 0.2 of a foot over the past 24 hours, but is doing well. Some more good news. Molds are the only allergen present today as we round out November, ending on a good note. Molds are low. Today, November 30th, the last day of the Atlantic hurricane season, and I don't really think we're going to have much more than what you can see there on your your screen. Now, so far this season, we have a grand total of 21 named storms, 7 hurricanes, 4 of them major. And one of the ones that impacted the Texas coast was Nicholas. And of course, we know that Ida had major impacts for the nation. All right, today we're going to have beautiful weather. We'll be warming up nicely to 73 degrees with a high temperature, comfortable with relatively low humidity, although that humidity will be increasing. We'll tell you what that means for our forecast for the rest of the week coming up in a bit. Sarah, Steph?
Thank you, Sarah. Well, today is the last day to help the San Antonio Police Department collect shoes for kids who need them. You can drop them off at your local SAPD substation. We need shoes of all sizes, from toddlers to teens, and after today, all the shoes collected will be given to the Good Samaritan Community Services. They will be delivered to the kids just in time for the holidays.
And SA Live getting you ready for the holidays this week with their Holly Jolly Week. And today they are featuring a local interior designer who's helping to create a storybook Christmas setup for any family.
Jen Tobias Strusky as a sneak peek at one of her ideas in today's Happy Space segment. Take a look.
Carla Reuter with Carla Reuter Designs & Co. joins me now. You're an interior designer and you're helping us to make Christmas more magical, and it starts with the breakfast.
Yes, absolutely. I think we put so much pressure on ourselves as mothers to make Christmas morning magical and storybook and memorable, and this is a really simple way I have found to make things great and easy. So what I did is the night before, when everybody went to bed and I was about to go to bed, I pulled out this great little Lazy Susan I had. I got my pretty plate sitting out, sat my maple syrup out, and then washed all my strawberries and had them prepped and ready to go. So then Christmas morning, all I did is put the waffles in the oven, and these are just the HEB Belgium style waffles. They're not homemade.
Those are my favorite.
They look really great and beautiful.
Yes.
And then it's just the HEB crispy chicken tenders. Stick them in the air fryer for 15 minutes. Put it on the board. I sprinkled a little caramel corn and some honeycomb on top just to make it look extra special. And it's super easy, and this way everyone can eat when they feel like it, and I can sit back and drink my coffee because I'm usually pretty tired on Christmas morning.
Aren't we all? Yes, super easy. It looks beautiful. Presentation is great. You also have a hot cocoa bar that you set up. Also, set that up the night before, right?
Yes, absolutely, to make it really easy for yourself on Christmas morning.
I love both of those things. Carla has much more to share, but you have to tune in today, 1 o'clock on SA Live for the rest of our Happy Space segment, which is all about making your home more magical, storybook, and happier. Thanks, Carla.
Thank you, Jen.
All right, it's 9:39 and 58 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
We have an exciting update. We have over $19,000 donated to No Shave November. That switched within this newscast, and I guess, Sarah, you can tell them who moved ahead.
Yeah, so Max Massey, my partner in crime, he is now in 4th place. That's over $1,700. He got a big donation, knocking Stephen Cavazos down to 5. Mike Osterhage also got a big donation. Justin Horn still in 1st place. Mark Austin in 3rd. We'll get an update from them in just a bit. It's the last day of No Shave November, and Team KSAT is ending strong. We just got some big donations, putting us over $19,000.
Yeah, we thank you guys for the donations. The men in our newsroom have raised thousands of dollars, exactly $19,782 that will help. And Stephen Cavazos is live at Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming this morning, where all that scruff is coming off.
Hey, good morning, Steph and Sarah. We are here at Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming, and we have a lot to look forward to. All those beards that you've been seeing throughout the month, they're finally coming off, and I'll probably trim this stash a little bit later. But, you know, with me now is my traffic pro, Samuel King. Samuel, you are getting the works right now. But, you know, while we have you there, tell us why you decided to do No Shave this year. First year with KSAT and your first year doing this.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of hard to concentrate on actually being on TV when you're getting a shave. I know we're short on time. But no, I felt it was important to do so. You know, cancer affects so many people, and, you know, really getting after it needs funds. Like the people who are in the labs researching cancer, and especially the rare cancers. We've seen some recent, you know, deaths because of rare cancers. So I felt it was important that, you know, that I do a small part to raise money to help those people.
Well, we totally appreciate you doing this. I'm going to let you get back to some relaxation. A man that I'm not going to relax just yet, Dylan Collier. We're walking over to you. He's got the towelette over his eyes. He's looking pretty relaxed. Dylan, you shared your reason as to why you're doing this. What does it mean to see all the community support?
It means a lot, Stephen. I don't think there's a person in this room who hasn't lost a loved one to cancer. I think being at KSAT, we have a unique platform, each and every one of us, to raise awareness. Like Steve said, I think prevention and, in large part, awareness is a big part of our drive to, let people know if something doesn't feel right, go in and get checked out. And, I think this is a really important effort year in and year out.
We're glad that you can be a part of it, Dylan. Always great to see the scruff coming in. Pretty nice. Justin Horn, it's been game over for us here in KSAT. And by that we mean Justin has topped the list off with us over $3,000. Justin, you're leading the charge here. You're pretty surprised. You received a $1,000 donation yesterday. What does that mean?
I was floored by it. I mean, it's been incredible. South Texas always shows up when, donations are needed. And the generosity here has just been incredible. So I want to thank everybody, the whole community, for their support, and I was floored by it, honestly.
We're really glad that the community can continue to show that support, and it's rare that we see a lot of the guys like this, but they will be looking pretty much back to normal by the time you see them on air a little bit later. So we take a look right over here. Mike's finishing up. We have a few of the guys still left, but we do want to mention that Team KSAT, I just saw our leaderboard page, has now raised close to $20,000. So I wish these guys could share with me there, but it looks like they have their hands preoccupied. But again, a big shout out to the community for showing that generosity and that support. I think we can toss to that leaderboard that we may have up right now, so you can see right now for Team KSAT who's ranking at the top. And let's see if we can get that up right now. We also have GMSA at 9 playing here as well. And, of course, Justin Horn is leading that charge with $3,000. And again, but all of it is from the community's generosity. All the guys did their part in raising the funds. There it is, Justin Horn, $3,000. Mike Osterhage, $2,900. Mark Austin, $1,960. Max Massey made the climb, $1,718. Myself at $1,615. But, again, all the funds that we have raised throughout the month of No Shave November will benefit 10 cancer foundations. So, again, we appreciate all the support from the community in sharing that. If you want to continue to donate, be sure to head over to KSAT.com/NoShave. There you will find a link to donate to Team KSAT as a whole. But again, a big thank you to the community and all the men that have participated in this year's No Shave November. Guys.
Looking
and shout
good
out to
out
Henley's.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Steve. Really quick, shout out to Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming here off Northwest Military for also opening their doors a little bit earlier and allowing these guys to get the shave that some of them probably needed a little bit sooner. So again, thanks again to Henley's, and thank you to the community.
And Stephen, another update. We have a total now of $19,872. And Mike is now at $2,985, so he's just behind
He's barely
Justin at
$15. If someone wants to donate to Team Silver Fox, $15 trail behind Justin Horn. Looking good out there, guys. Thank you, Stephen.
Sarah, you're cheering all your weather people on.
Yeah, I actually was going like this on the screen to get a picture, of both Mike and Justin.
I love
just
that
relax.
they have the wax on the hands.
Yeah, they deserve it. I mean, again, I'm really proud of both Justin and Mike leading that leaderboard, and of course, very proud of all of the men of KSAT.
And Sarah, you were saying earlier, so we are number 2 in the country.
We're not that far.
Only $2,700 from the number 1 spot.
Yeah, so again, you can continue to donate in a great cause. Let's take a look at morning low temperature. KSAT.com/November. No shave.
I think we can do it. I think we can become number 1 by the end of the day. I'm challenging the community.
Yeah, it's still early.
We can. KSAT.com/no shave. 44 degrees outside was this morning's low. 36 up in Kerrville. Now, this is actually a little bit warmer than yesterday's morning lows. We were able to be a little bit warmer because we had some light cloud cover out there. But this is going to be the coldest morning we'll have over the next few days because humidity is steadily going to be on the rise here. In fact, take a look at the dew point tracker. Looking at dew points comfortable today in the 40s, but by tomorrow, dew points will be near 60 degrees and into the 60s by the weekend. So as I just mentioned, that's going to mean that our morning lows will be warmer than average. Wednesday, tomorrow morning, 54 for the morning low, 10 degrees warmer than this morning. morning. Our average low this time of year is 45, and we'll be looking at mornings in the 60s as we head into the weekend. So although we've been carrying around those coats and dressing in layers the last few days, that's not going to need to be the case by the end of the week. Outside right now, there's those morning clouds that I was showing you earlier. It's 55 degrees out there right now, but throughout the day today, we'll mostly clear skies until this evening when clouds will be increasing. So this evening, you'll notice that the clouds will be increasing because of the increase in humidity, and temperatures will not drop off as quickly. As for high temperatures today, we should be in the low to mid 70s around the metro area, upper 70s for Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs, and Laredo. So today's forecast calls for a steady rise in temperatures. We'll already be at 67 by noon. Around 4 p.m., that's our high temperature, 73. And then notice that the clouds increase through about midnight. And then after the sun sets at 5:35, we're not going to see temperatures drop off that quickly. In fact, we'll still be in the mid 50s by 10 p.m. and by midnight itself. South winds today at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So as far as rain chances, we are going to see some rain-making energy work its way into south central Texas, especially by the weekend and into early next week. And so it's not like we're going to have a huge washout in the forecast. In fact, only a small chance for isolated rain from Friday through Monday, with the best chance being Sunday. But again, this is a bit of a messy weather pattern, so we're going to need to refine it. And even with the best chances, we're only talking about a 30% chance for isolated showers and storms. So Stephanie was mentioning earlier that we do have the Rock and Roll Marathon. On Sunday, we'll be able to refine that forecast for all of those marathon and half marathon runners. As for the rest of the day, though, enjoy the pleasant sunshine. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's 9:54. We're going back out where all the KSAT men are getting pampered out there, and we have exciting news. It looks like our numbers are still going up for No Shade November. Yay. We're now at $19,997 thanks to your donation.
And we have a new number one. Mike Osterhage has knocked down Justin Horn. He's at $3,035, and Justin Horn is at $3,000. Mark Austin still in second place at $2,000.
Oh, third place.
In third place. Yeah. And Max Massey, he jumped the leaderboard.
Yeah.
He's at $1,718 there.
And of course, we add a little bit of competitive nature to this, right? Because it's all for a good cause. All of the men at KSAT here who've been growing out their beards are number 2 in the nation.
And so close to number 1. And they have raised a lot of money, you know, and I want to say that Stephen Cavazos is also rounding up the top 5 here at our team. He's kind of led the effort throughout all of November. So thank you to you and to all the guys who participated.
And Steve Spriester got a big donation during this last hour as well. So thank you to everyone who has donated. This is all going to a good cause, cancer research and men's health. And you can still donate throughout the end of the day.
Yeah. And I do want to challenge the community because we're only about $2,500 off. Look at the three of us. Hey, Lady Show. We're only about $2,500 off from taking the number 1 spot in the country for No Shave November. So we have the end of the day, $2,500. We can do it.
And it's Giving Tuesday on top of that. There's that leaderboard there for No Shave November. As you can see, Mike Osterhage just went over. But thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you for the